Jay here for Stretford, Paddock. Manchester United losing at the Emirates 3-1 to Arsenal. There's one man I want to hear from right now, and that's Mr. Stephen Howson, who joins me. Steve, let's talk about the performance, right? Just before we recorded this, Eric Ten Hag's come out and he's defended the performance by Manchester United. He said he thought we played well. Now, listen, I get it. He's a manager. He's saying that in public. He might not be saying that behind closed doors. What did you make of United's performance today, and where did it all go wrong?
In the closing minutes of the game, as Garnacho's, potentially on the cards for winning it, I'm obviously in numerous group chats with people, and one of the messages that I stuck in the group chat late on in the game at 1-1, someone was talking about where he's playing Tomiyasu and that Arteta thinks he's Pep, and I said, Mr. 43 formations wants to get a fucking grip, because he's being run ragged at the moment, because there was a period where Marcus was getting last 10 minutes or so, Marcus was finding a hell of a lot of space. He did that little dance along the byline. He had an opportunity where he probably could have done something better than he did do. He had a 3v2 on their back two, and he held on to it rather than giving it one of the other two runners. But there was that period of time in that Garnacho obviously scored the offside goal where we were having loads on him. And I said, look, you're getting run ragged by a 4 out of 10 United today. Because that's, for that 10-minute period, was the truth. I didn't think there was a time where we were under a sustained amount of pressure, except arguably when they scored at the end, not at the start. And I thought any sustained amount of pressure came from United. So I can understand a manager coming out and trying to defend that performance in terms of it was probably better than the 3-1 scoreline suggests it was, but that was not a vintage United performance. It was better than what we've seen arguably for a little bit of this season, but 4 out of 10 I think was about right.
Yeah, I agree with that, and I don't think 4 out of 10 is good enough for any game, let alone a game against Arsenal. How much do you legislate for those, or do you give it sort of Ten Hag sympathy for the injuries? Because we lost. You've already going into this game, obviously, without Rafael Varane. You then lose Lindelof and Martinez during the game, and you end up with Harry Maguire and Johnny Evans. Or do you think that, despite that, you've got to do better, especially in the 95th minute when you've got people sort of stood there in the box waiting for a corner to drop to him?
Can't pick players that are unavailable. You can't really legislate for injuries because they happen. Where's McTominay?
I don't know.
Showing the absolute lack of depth in certain areas of the pitch for United. Was Dan Gore on the bench?
Yeah.
As mental as it sounds, could we have turned to Dan Gore at the end to help sort of shore it up? I know you're not going to him for his experience, but maybe a little bit of energy. I'm a big Johnny Evans fan. I think having him and Harry Maguire on at the end was mental. I said this multiple times, actually. I think, also, by the way, did we definitely break the news that Johnny Evans had a year contract? Because I've been talking about it for a good 6 weeks.
I think when you say we, don't be using we when you do something. You might have done it. We didn't do anything. You've done this before to me.
Do you know what?
You did it.
I
didn't.
Who told me. But it was only made official 2 days ago, wasn't it?
I know.
I
broke it when it happened. You broke it during the summer. So that's not we. That's you, son.
But I actually don't know where I got told it. It wasn't Johnny. Johnny never said anything to us. I have no idea where the fuck. I have no idea. Anyway, but I've been talking about it on Paddock as well.
I know you have.
Like it's a done thing for literally 5-6 weeks.
Yeah. To the point where when it popped up, because I was doing deadline day, I was baffled by the announcement because I was like, why are they announcing something we already know? And then I was like, and then I clocked, no, we don't officially know this. We just know it because it's they. So I announced it.
I don't know where that came from. Genuinely. Right. I'm actually baffled by us knowing that because I was talking about it like it was such a dumb thing and it clearly wasn't. Anyway, the point I was making is Johnny was shit on pre-season. He got his arse handed to him by Wrexham and then against Bilbao in Ireland, didn't exactly pull up trees. And I was certain after that performance in Ireland, it was kind of like that contract might have been slid back under someone's door. So seeing him coming on at the Emirates in 2023, I thought there might have been a little bit of a Tom Huddleston vibe about what he was here to do. Like, he's here for a little bit of something in pre-season. He's here to tick a box in the homegrown column, maybe, seeing as though we've just fucking sold all our homegrowns for no reason, apparently. Could Zidane Iqbal or Charlie Savage would they have been trusted more than the no substitute that we had on the bench for this? Like, this is where selling off players for 200 grand makes fuck all sense at all. We sell Kovar, who looks like one of the brightest prospects in world football as a goalkeeper, for £8 million, and buy another goalkeeper for £6 million.
Is it Glazonomics or is it just naivety?
It's just fucking stupid, because there'll be a signing on fee, there'll be agents' fees. It's probably more than the 8 that you get. And I don't know if you pay tax on fucking set. I don't fucking know. But like, we've probably been left even, but without a homegrown player that would work on our books for something, and a potential one of the best young prospects in the world. But the same's happened with Ted and Mengi. The same is happening time and time again. You wouldn't have brought, maybe he doesn't trust Ted and Mengi for whatever reason, but I'm going to be honest with you. I've seen Ted perform in the Championship recently, and I've seen Alvaro Fernandez performing in the Championship recently, and I would have trusted these lads to come on and do a fucking job for Manchester United, where I wouldn't have trusted Johnny Evans, and I wouldn't have trusted Harry Maguire today. And I think some of that might be the manager's choosing. Like, did he have an option today where maybe Reguilon, who is a far more of an archetype of Martinez in what you've just lost, can we put Reguilon at centre-half? Now, I know that's a little bit of a kick in the bollocks for Harry Maguire, but honestly, fuck him. Like, Manchester United matters more than the individual in this case. What's the best for the team? Not what's the best for fucking Harry Maguire's feelings because, he lost his captain's armband and he didn't get to move anywhere. Fuck that noise. We're here to try and win some points. And I'd have took a draw today. Yes, we had the opportunity to win it. Marcus could have won it. Garnacho could have won it. It was a little bit of a soft shout for a penalty on Hojlund. We've seen him give him, we've seen him not. I would have taken the draw. I would have loved to have won, but I would have taken the draw at the end because I thought we were probably value for the draw. Arsenal didn't fucking deserve to win that game. Arsenal didn't batter us in any. After all the fucking gash that they've been chatting and the injuries. No Varane going into this. Anthony Martial, who, by the way, that was like playing with fucking 10 men for 60 minutes. You know what I mean? What? Yeah. You've got Anthony that's consistently doing next to fuck all. You've got Ericsson, who in the space of 35 seconds shows you, 1, why he's in the team, and 2, why he shouldn't be in the team. Like, you've got Lindelof, who's pretty ordinary, is the most politest thing I can say about that. You've got Dalot playing out of position at right back. And this is the team that everyone's fucking wanking off into oblivion about. And we've just put it on them at their gaff. And they've been really lucky to come away with a victory against us. United did not play well, but they didn't deserve to lose that game. And I've got to think that a bit more Hojlund and Amrabat coming into the team, a fucking left back playing left back, and a defence that isn't busted. And you come away with that. And Onana, like we speak about Onana and his passing ability, and it is good. And it is nice to have someone that can break the fucking lines. And, Casemiro was anonymous and didn't fucking appear anywhere today. But Onana's got to save stuff. And I think it might have took a bit of a deflection, but he's got to fucking do better than that.
Yeah, it did.
These are the moments that you pay for.
It did take a deflection. It just feels to me, and I don't like using the word luck, but the sort of everything that could have gone wrong did go wrong for United, and Arsenal got the rub of the green with a lot. The only thing they probably could have got that they didn't was that penalty, which weren't a penalty.
Shocked that was overturned, to be honest.
Yeah, I was screaming.
Because it was obviously a dive, but how many times have you seen that and it still gets given?
I know. I was actually surprised. Just before we wrap up, I just want to ask you one quick thing on Rasmus Hojlund. You can't tell a lot from a little, basically, glorified cameo, but you can tell a little bit from the way the lad came on and got amongst it. How important do you think he could be, and how important is it to get him into this team? Because hopefully now, once the international break's finished, we can start seeing him getting some minutes for Manchester United because we need a striker, and he's certainly that.
Yeah, I think him and Amrabat will be massive for us. It's with Onana, it's a new spine of the team, isn't it? So I think having a strong spine that you can rely on is big, and he will be raw. I think what we saw in him today was there's obviously a press in him. There's obviously there's a tenacity about him. There's a physicality about him. He looks like he's all right playing with his back to goal. I think he'll be all right. Whether or not he's going to hit the top level or even the world class level, I don't see the evidence of that just yet. But that doesn't mean he can't be a success at the club. You can still be a success without quite being, Erling Haaland and scoring a goal a game. You can still be very, very good. But, other people have to start chipping in with goals as well. Simple as that. Anthony needs to really start delivering some fucking goals or assists or some shit, because he's not doing enough for me.
Yeah, I understand. I mean, I've been critical of Anthony. I thought he was better in spells, especially defensively. But we need numbers. We need numbers from these players, because yet again we're in a position now where, where are the goals coming from? We're conceding a lot of goals and we're not scoring enough. Hopefully we can sort out after the international break. Steve, always a pleasure despite the result chatting to you. We'll obviously speak to you again in a week. Me and you'll be back on the brew, reminding everyone later on in the week of when we were mint, so you can forget about all this nonsense of modern football. We'll be back talking about the glory days under Alex Ferguson. That's been Stephen Howson. I've been Jay Motte. This has been a review of Arsenal winning at the Emirates against Manchester United. Thanks for watching.